So it's no secret that I'm quite a big Borderlands fan, and we are 1 week away, guys. Just 1 week until the release of Borderlands 4. And so I thought, to commemorate this exciting time while waiting for Borderlands 4 to come out, I'm gonna try and kill a raid boss every single day until Borderlands 4 comes out. So this is another day of killing 1 raid boss a day until Borderlands 4 releases. Let's get into it. And welcome back to the wheel of our remaining raid bosses. Let's go ahead and give it a spin to see who we will be fighting today. And today it is going to be Psycho Reaver. So let's load up Borderlands 3 and get this kill underway. And here we are over in Borderlands 3, and today we're going to be playing Moze to take out the Psycho Reaver. So let's quickly teleport over there. So we want to head into Krieg's Mind. This is the 4th DLC added to Borderlands 3, and we want to head over to Vaulthalla. That's where we're going to want to be to take out the Psycho Reaver. So here we are over in Vaulthalla, and do you know what, guys? Because I haven't showcased it before, I'm actually going to show you the secret vault puzzle that you can do all the way in Vaulthalla. Now, if you've seen around this area, there are some symbols. You do not have to shoot these in any particular order, but we're going to want to hit 1, 2 and 3 here first of all, and then we're going to head across to the other side. Now there are a bunch of these symbols that you can shoot, and basically all it's going to do is going to grant you extra access to some more chests after you beat the boss. But there is another one there, there is another one here, and the third one is, I've kind of forgotten. Yeah, the third one's down here. There it is. So there's 6 outside of the arena, and then when you head down into the arena, there's going to be 3 more. Now, before I head down into Psycho Reaver, I'm just going to briefly talk to you about the build. Now, this build is entirely inspired by Moxie's Flare Bear build. He's got an absolutely amazing video, so check that out. I will link it in the description down below. But the way that this build works, I saw it on his channel, and it's just super cool that I thought I had to showcase it here as well. So essentially what we're going to be using here is everything exclusively cryo mixed with the Flare class mod. Now the Flare class mod is going to give us 100% bonus damage while Iron Bear is active, decreasing as Iron Bear spends fuel. Now what we're going to use here is we're going to use the Iron Cub, so that when Iron Cub is active, providing that he is on full fuel, we're going to get a 100% damage boost. Not only that, paired with the action skill most of the way down the pink tree here, we have whenever Moze or Iron Bear inflicts status effect on an enemy, they gain increased status effect damage. Now this is 20% per stack at a maximum of 5 stacks. And if we were using something like an incendiary weapon, this would only be boosting the incendiary dot damage that is applied. However, with cryo, it works a little bit differently, and any cryo damage that you deal will be boosted by 20%. Now that includes like all of the bullets that are coming out your gun that are hitting for cryo, whatever you're using, all of these cryo bullets, not just because there is no cryo dot damage in this game. So every cryo bullet is going to be getting that increased damage stacked up to 5 times. So every bit of cryo damage we deal, whether it be on our weapons or on our grenade, is going to be getting an extra 100% bonus damage, which is obviously pretty insane. Then we're also spec'd into Harmonious Havoc over here, giving us increased gun damage for each weapon, shield and grenade that matches the element of our gun. Now of course we have everything here matching elements. All of it is cryo. That means we have 6 items all cryo matching element, meaning that we're going to get a 60% bonus damage again on top of that 200% previous damage that we talked about. And you can quickly see that this is stacking up to some pretty insane damage. Now, guns that I'm going to be using, I have the Plague Bearer, which is basically our rocket launcher for big boy damage. We have a Starved Beast, the Soul Render, and an Unkempt Herald, but there are a bunch of different weapons you can use, and a lot of them are very, very effective, providing we're using Cryo Element. Cryo Element is the most important thing with this build. As for our shield, we're actually going to be using an Old God today. Now, you can use a Revolter for that bonus 200% shock damage, but I don't really think it's necessary. And this is going to give us a 20% bonus to cryo damage. And of course, we talked about it. All of our stuff is cryo, so why not give it a little bit of an extra boost? For our grenade, we have a Recurring Hex. Again, cryo, so this is going to do a massive amount of cryo damage, as well as it's going to proc some really useful skills for Moze, like Vampire, to keep us all healed up and all that sort of thing. Our class mod is a Snowdrift Victory Rush, giving us that bonus cryo damage and also giving us that 18% movement speed and damage every time a badass is killed. And then the Flare class mod, like we talked about before. As for the skill tree, We briefly mentioned some of the things in the pink tree, but essentially we want to have as much uptime on Iron Cub as we possibly can. We are spec'd into Iron Cub here, and we can see we are spec'd into Moze gaining increased gun damage the longer Iron Cub is active. Now, if we can keep Iron Cub active for as long as possible, we're going to be capping out at some pretty insane gun damage here. And then for the Iron Cub's weapons, we have the Vanquisher rocket pod and also the Hammer Down protocol, which is going to give us that giant nuclear warhead, dealing massive radiation damage. Radiation debuffs all the enemies and allows us to deal a little bit extra damage. Now, back to the pink tree briefly. We have as much as we can to keep Iron Bear alive and give Iron Bear as much damage as possible. I'm saying Iron Bear, I mean Iron Cub, because Iron Cub can seriously shift out some pretty insane damage. We have bonus incendiary damage while our action skill is on cooldown, just in case Iron Cub isn't up. We do get a little bit of a bonus there. We have Iron Bear gaining increased damage here, which is going to of course apply to Iron Cub. Harmonious giving us that bonus damage. We have our bonus fire when status effect is applied, which we're going to applying that cryo status effect all the while. Here we have maximum fuel and action skill cooldown rate. Maximum fuel allowing us to keep Iron Cub up as much as possible. Here we have fuel returned, which is going to give us that Iron Cub topped off fuel levels as much as possible. You only need 1 point in here because of all these status effects we will be applying. This should keep us topped up basically all the time. Bonus Iron Cub damage here, and damage resistance is obviously great. Action skill cooldown on status effects. It's going to give us a massive amount of cooldown whenever Iron Cub does go down. And the capstone here, meaning that Iron Cub isn't going to consume fuel anytime anything is ignited, which is obviously great. Sorry, I don't know if you heard that. That is my dog sneezing in the background. Okay, on the blue tree we have bonus incendiary damage and splash damage here, bonus fuel here to keep Iron Cub up as much as possible, grenade chances here whenever we're dealing splash damage. We have bonus splash damage here, we have maximum fuel here. We have our grenades having a chance to crit Vampire, allowing us to heal whenever our grenade deals damage. And of course, the Hex is going to be shooting out those damage chains all the time. Fight for Life, allowing us to throw grenades in Fight for Life, which is obviously great. And bonus splash damage here as well. Not spec'd into anything down the orange tree, although it would have been nice to get down to Drowning in Brass. We didn't really have enough points to spec into that because we did want to get part of the way down the green tree to allow for things like equipping 2 of the same weapons on Iron Cub is going to give us bonus damage. Now, we have the 2 rocket pods on either side, giving us that 60% bonus damage, and Iron Cub damage is pretty insane. Of course, we are spec'd into Scorching RPMs, giving us bonus fire rate and crit hit damage, and Iron Bear gains that hardpoint damage. Lifesteal for sprinting and shooting, which can just be a handy skill. Have the bonus incendiary damage here. We have more bonus incendiary damage here. Crit hits regenerating ammo, but it is not enough to fully sustain us. You will be reloading a decent amount in this build. And we also have when Moze is moving, she just gains a bunch of bonuses, which obviously just pretty awesome. That's the build breakdown. So let's head on down and take out Psycho Reaver. Now, those symbols that I talked about, you can actually shoot them at the end of this fight, so don't worry, but they are situated around the arena. I'm going to try and kill the boss before shooting them because I feel like that's just going to be a little bit better. But first, let's try and shoot a couple of these Plague Bearers at him to start dealing some big old damage. And you'll see quite quickly, this cryo damage that we're dealing is pretty insane. And we can ramp it up to some absolutely massive damage. Throw your grenades for the Amp Vampire stacks, and yeah, let's keep shooting some Plague Bearers at him. Huge damage, very nice, there it is. There we go, and we can swap to the Unkempt Herald, just for some bonus. There we go, that's phase 1 done. God, what did he hit me with then? I don't even know what killed me. Hopefully we should get one of the... Okay, we get second win there, very nice. Hey, dude. You're big and angry. So you like a, see how you like a few of them bad boys. Yeah, nice. Dude, the noise of all those psychos just screaming on their bullet rockets is insane, man. Oh god, I just realized I'm very close to the edge. Don't want to accidentally fall off here. That would suck. A couple more of these rocket shots and we should have him down. Oh, one more. There he is. Goodbye, Psycho Reaver, and your 4 billion HP. Dude, what an awesome boss, man. I love that guy. Where am I going? I was bouncing on his hitbox. That's pretty funny. Nice. Well, there we go. We have Psycho Reaver trophy. Very nice. And what else did you drop us? You dropped a C convergence. Okay. Well, as for those other symbols, you can see here we have a single one there. So there's one. We have another one over here and another one over here. Now, that is the 9 symbols so far that we've had to shoot. Now, when we head into this portal, you can see we have 60 seconds, and this 60 seconds is going to start counting down as soon as we head across, and there are 3 more symbols to shoot. Now, I'm not entirely sure whether you have to shoot all 3 of those symbols in the 60-second time limit, but I think it is probably a good idea since, I mean, I have every time, so yeah, I guess we're going to go for that. This bit of floor is actually not a real bit of floor, and you can slam to break it down, and then there is a symbol here which I seem to have been able to proc while hitting it through the wall. So yeah, as soon as they turn green, you know you've proc the symbol. So let's head on back up to the top. 30 seconds left. We have plenty of time here. We don't really care about any of these chests here because of course we're going to get to the secret loot room in the back, but we have another one here. There we go. And then the final one is just up at the top. You see that final one there. We got it. Oh my god, what happened there? I just got like bounced across. Final one is just inside here on the back wall. Bang. Now, because we've hit all those, we should have our 4 lots of symbols lit up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This was the first area, then through the portal to the second area. That's the boss room, and this final one is this area here. And once you have done that, you will gain access to the super secret loot room at the back that is filled with a bunch of chests, and these chests have no time limit, so you can open these at your leisure. But for all the astute of you, you should know that we are not quite done yet because there is another set of 4 different puzzles in this area to unlock this final super secret loot room, and I'll show you where those are in just a second. Let's just see what our legendary is today. Oh, a Dastardly Maggie. Very cool. Okay. So this next set of 3, they are all found inside this area, and they can be pretty tricky to see, but I will go ahead and show you them now. So for the first lot of symbols you want to shoot, we have one hidden up here. We have one on the edge of this side, and then a corresponding one on the edge of the other side, just here. That's our first lot of symbols there. Our second lot of symbols are going to be at the back of the room over here. We have one just here. We have one just over here. And we have the final one here. That is our second... Wait, did I miss that first? Oh, I missed that first one. Hello? There we go. I hit it. There we go. That's our second lot done. You don't have to do these in any particular order. They can be done in any order. So that's our second lot of 3. They are all in kind of groups of 3. So when you find one, look out in a similar sort of area to find the other ones. For our third lot of symbols, we're actually going to jump up onto the second floor to give us a bit of a vantage point. And we have 3 symbols here. One there, and one there. That is our third lot unlocked, as you see. And the final symbols that we need are once again up here. You see one just on the edge here. One on the edge on the corresponding side. And one at the top. There we go. All of our lights are now lit up. And as you can see, we have our bonus chest up here at the top. Again, no time limit on these ones. And wow, not even a single legendary for all of our efforts. Unbelievable. Gearbox. Borderlands 3 legendary rates are too low. Fix them, man. I need more legendaries. Anyway. So yeah, there we go. There's the vault puzzle in Vaulthalla. I haven't ever shown it on video, but yeah, I thought I'd showcase it to you for today because it is pretty cool. And yeah, in case you're actually interested in finding out how to get into it. Regardless, that is Psycho Reaver down using this absolutely amazing build. Once again, it is a fully copy build from Moxie, and I will link his YouTube channel and the video in the description down below. Other than that, I will catch you tomorrow for another raid boss kill. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.